Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So this time I'm going to be testing the lowest rated foundation at Ulta and Sephora. So it is the It-Cosmetics Confidence in a Foundation, which I have right here. And I think the reason that this is so poorly rated is because it oxidizes, but it takes about 15 minutes to oxidize because I tried this twice and both times I had to return it because of the oxidation. Okay, so you really have to go in store, swatch it, wait 15 minutes, and then do it all over again. I mean, it's a process. I feel like that's why this is so poorly rated, because overall, I love this as a foundation, and I'm going to apply it today, and we are going to see how it looks up close. I have some pretty textured skin right now, some blemishes, as you can see here, so we're going to see if it is full coverage as it states. So it's long wear, weightless, full coverage, all day confidence with a velvet matte finish. So buff 1 to 2 pumps of foundation onto clean skin in circular motions. This retails for, I believe it's $38. And you get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard. So with me, I don't even go a full pump. Okay, this is brand new. I tried to get my shade yesterday. We'll see if I did a good job. I'm just using a standard primer underneath this that I know works with every single foundation so that it's not affected. So I'm just gonna go with, I don't know when this product is gonna come out. Okay, but I don't even do a full pump, so it's really very thick, super, super thick. And I'm going to apply it straight to the face. Now remember, this is gonna oxidize. So this should be sufficient enough to do the whole entire face. Okay, now I'm gonna start blending. So it's very, very lightweight feeling. It does not feel cakey whatsoever. I have very dry skin, so this foundation does not dry me out, even though it says a velvet matte finish. I'm not afraid of that. It's always possible to go in with, you know, a primer spray that is luminous, or a luminous primer, whatever you want to do, or just spray a dewy setting mist at the end. I'm not afraid of that at all. Just make sure, if you're dry skin, to hydrate the skin prior to going in with this foundation. Otherwise, it's super beautiful, I have found. Now, do you guys see the difference? When I first applied it, it was super white, right? Now it's becoming my skin tone. And I think that's why it's so poorly rated, is because of the oxidation. Well, let's see the coverage up close. Did it cover everything? I'm still seeing some things peeking through. So no, it is not full coverage, but also I didn't pump a full pump out. So there are 2 factors there. And this is going to continue to oxidize. I'm going to do a little bit more just on the problem areas I have. Okay. I still have some left over, so I have some redness around the nose, and I have that right up there. I'm going to blend this out so you can still see it through there. But I am using a beauty blender. I'll use the beauty blender for this side, and I'll take a brush and use it for this side to see if it's better coverage. Okay, taking my Luxie 732 brush, and I'm just going to kind of stipple this over the area. Anytime you have a blemish, you don't want to rub in circular motions or anything like that. You just want to stipple it onto it so it doesn't move it around and it stays right in place where you want it. Don't mind the sounds of the basement, everybody. because that's where I'm located. It does much better. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, my texture peeking through or anything like that. So, as you can see, it is my shade. But when I first put it on, it was super white looking. So it's going to continue to oxidize throughout this video, just know that. Now, I really think this is super lightweight, very long wearing. It's kind of a luminous finish also. It also depends on the primer you use, but it's lightweight. It can be built up to pretty darn full coverage, I believe. If you do like a half a pump, it's like medium coverage, but if you do like a full pump, it is full coverage. Depending on whether you use a brush or sponge is your preference. This is a very good foundation in my opinion. Really, truly a good foundation. I can say that with 100% certainty. I have tried this several times. The only negative about it is the oxidizing, and it doesn't say that it does that. So that's a turnoff because people might swatch it and think, yes, that's my shade. Go home, try it out, and it turns 3 shades darker or, 2 shades lighter or something. And I don't know. It isn't oxidizing always darker? Yeah. So it's always going to be darker and it's going to continue to oxidize on my face to match, like my body. So that is my first impression of that. Not first impression, but my review of this foundation. Definitely dries down to sort of an almost powder finish. It is not too matte. It's not dewy at all. It's quite perfect in my opinion. The finish of it's not tacky after, a couple of minutes. It's not tacky at all. It almost feels powdery, but it feels set almost. Like you don't need a powder to set this foundation, which is great. So I think this is good for all skin types if you prep your skin the correct way. And It-Cosmetics is known for having skincare ingredients in their products. So I'm going to assume, I don't know, I didn't do research, I should have, if there are good skincare ingredients in this foundation. So I highly recommend this foundation. I find it very full coverage. You can build it. It can be medium, but this is solid, solid stuff. It lasts through heat, humidity, sweating. It's sweat proof. I think it's transfer proof almost. And, for $32, you have a lot of other foundations on the market that don't quite offer this amount of coverage, the longevity, and also the underlying properties that this foundation carries along with it. So with that being said, I'm going to go finish up my under eyes and then we'll finish the face testing some new products that I got together, and I will see you in just a minute. So finishing up the face, I want to show you a new technique that I've been doing for my concealer that's been working for me. I'm going to take the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Light 2.5, and what I'm going to do is actually apply it directly from the applicator to my ring finger, and I'm going to use this and apply it to my under eye. And if you didn't know this, NARS products are supposed to be applied with your fingers. So not only do you or I use less concealer, but you really can't go wrong with the blending almost. It blends perfectly. The heat of the fingers really, really warms it up. It's just been a technique that's been really working for me. And I find that my under eyes don't look cakey. They don't have too much on them. And it's just, I don't know, it's a great technique that I've been learning and trying out for myself. And I find it to be very effective. So I highly recommend you to try this. Not just with NARS products, but with all of your concealer products. Try it this way and tell me that it doesn't look a million times better. You're using so much less product and it just blends so well. The ring finger is the most delicate finger, thus applying it the best. Our fingers sometimes are our best tools. and we don't use them enough, if you know what I mean. So I'm still on the first applicator, and I am about done. Just gonna put some on my smile lines. That foundation did sink into the lines of my smile lines, but frankly, most foundations do. Except for that Dollar General brand, the Believe brand, that did not settle into my fine lines, which is kind of ironic. Isn't that very odd? I have this AOA Perfect Finishing Pressed Powder. This is from the Shop Miss A website. This is $1, $1. And I heard rave reviews about it to set, you know, the under eye or the face or whatever. So I'm choosing to set my under eye with this today. And I'm just going to use my under eye setting brush, which is the Sephora Pro Contour 79 brush. I use this for powder on my under eye. And I actually like to do concealer now when I've already applied my lower lash mascara and everything like that, so I don't go all the way up to where the lines are on my under eye. It's already disguised, so there is really no creasing whatsoever. And this NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is complete full coverage, foolproof, and it is not oily. It is just the perfect concealer. I absolutely love it. NARS Radiant, what is it? I have it somewhere. NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, I have that. I have the other big bottle. I love NARS, if you can't tell. So something new that I got yesterday. Right now at Ulta, if you spend $19.50 on the Ulta brand, you get a big tote. So I chose this tote. Get a big tote like this, and it comes with the Ulta brand bronzer and the Ulta brand like metallic shiny lip gloss. We're going to test those out today. So I didn't open this yet like an idiot, but that's why this video is going to be a little bit long. So it is a foundation review, but it's also testing some new products that I got. I want to share it with you. So this is cute. It's got this imprint of like palm trees or something like that. I'm going to take my Morphe M530, the best bronzing brush. I love it. And we're going to see what this bronzer looks like. Oh, and they don't even have this in store. It's just available with this. It doesn't say that it has a shade or anything, so I guess this is an exclusive product, you know, that no one else can get. Ulta doesn't carry it. It just comes with this bag if you spend, you know, $19.50 in Ulta for Ulta brands. That includes skincare, makeup, things like that. So far, I'm liking this bronzer. It's applying really well. It looks really nice. Takes a minute to build it up, but if you're a beginner, I kind of like that. You can't go too heavy with this. And it applies really well. It's not too dusty or powdery. I mean, there's a little bit of kick up with this, but nothing major. It's a bronzer. It kind of smells pretty good too. Like tropical. That's what they're trying to get their point across. It does. It smells delightful. I like it. It's not too overpowering, so, and I'm wondering if it's going to last on the skin. So I'm nice and bronzed. Looking good. I mean, that is subjective. Some of you might disagree, and I'm sure you will disagree in the comments. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I really like this bronzer. I'm highly impressed with that. For blush, I got this blush. It's K-Beauty. It's called Etude House. Etude House. E-T-U-D-E House. So it's so cute. It comes in like a round compact with a little blusher. How adorable. And this is the shade I got. It's Etude House Lovely Cookie Blusher. I got this in Pink Brownie. I'm so excited. I haven't even used this yet, so this is my first time using it. K-Beauty is really, really good. I got this off of Tati's recommendation, and it's super, super affordable. You can get this on Amazon. This blush is not too much at first, that you can build it. It has a nice sheen to it, and I love this color. It's super beautiful. It's just a very light pink, a hint of flush of color, of natural color. I bring it on the nose and all around my face. I've been loving blush, as I have stated in all my previous videos. You guys must know by now that I love blush. But how pretty is this blush? And I think it was only $5, but I have a couple of those blushes, by the way. I wanted to test this highlight, this particular highlight that's like $3 from e.l.f. It looks like this. It's called Moonlight Pearls. Now, with e.l.f. highlighters, the baked ones, everyone has to scrape off the initial layer because it's like overspray and it doesn't look good at all. So I've scraped off this layer. This is a complete dupe for a very, very expensive highlighter. I'm not going to reveal that right now. I've given you guys some dupes already, but I'm working on a dupes video. So I'm just going to apply this to the high points of the cheek. I put a little on the cheek, to my nose, right here specifically, and then to the high points of the cheeks again. I mean, do you guys see this? This is such a beautiful, beautiful, underrated highlight. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this anymore. I've heard negative things about this particular highlight, and no worries, y'all. It is a dupe for a very expensive one, so if I were you, I'd pick it up. I'm going to use this for my inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight. It just melts into the skin. You can't go wrong at $4. You can get this at any convenience store. Oh my goodness, what is the matter with me today? Wow. You can get this at Walmart, Target, Walgreens, pretty much anywhere, and I kind of just like to go like that with it. For lips, I don't really know. I'm just going to take this Milani Color Statement Lip Liner, and it's in Spice. I'm going to line my lips. And then I'm going to take it's the Ulta Lip Plumping Transforming Top Coat. I'm going to add this on. Ooh. I'm only going to do the bottom part and transfer it to the top. Most people do like all the way around. I just go on the bottom and then I go and transfer it to the top. But as you guys can see, it's metallic, but it's so beautiful. I'm actually quite in love with this. I have never tried this before, but what do you guys think? Do you love it? Look at the highlight. e.l.f. highlight. I love the way this foundation looks. It's sitting perfectly on my skin. It's not emphasizing my pores or my texture. And actually, it's not in the smile lines now that I put that concealer there. So I'm just going to put a lovely L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist on for a nice dewy finish. And I'm going to follow that up with the Makeup Revolution with hyaluronic acid. It's called Hyaluronic Fix. Here is the final look. If you guys like today's video and you like my channel, feel free to subscribe. It's free. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because YouTube will not notify you of my new upcoming uploads. And with that, I will end the video, and I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.